Hey, what's up, friends? I hope you're all feeling good. This is my review of the games on June 11th. So we had 3 games today: New Zealand versus Netherlands, and then the 2 games for Group F: Chile versus Sweden, and the United States against Thailand. So let's start off with New Zealand versus Netherlands. So right from the start, we get news that Kika Van Ness made it back from injury on time. So she goes in from start for Netherlands. The game started off with possession for Netherlands, but Olivia Chance gets the best chance of the game so far. In the 11th minute, she hits the crossbar after just a horrible giveaway from the Netherlands defender. So as I said, the possession was for Netherlands, and they tried a few combinations, and there we have some mistakes, some giveaways from both teams, but no goals so far, and that mainly due to a solid defense from New Zealand. And in the 34th minute, that's a great shot from Rosie White. Good save from the goalie. And I always say that they should try more shots from a distance. With these goalies, you never know. Have a good chance to score a goal. Then Sarah Gregorius takes a hard hit. They call in the stretcher, but she's fine though. So she comes back in the game. And then in the last minute of the first half, Bloodworth for Netherlands gets a great opportunity, but she misses from close range, and she had more time than she thought, so she could have just relaxed a little bit and settle down, and I'm pretty sure she would have scored. Yeah, she's gonna ban herself after that game, after that miss. The stats for first half is 32% to 68% in possession in favor of Netherlands, and the attempts are 3-6 for Netherlands. And one problem I think Netherlands have is that Van de Sanden, she's not getting involved in the game. They can't get her come one-on-one, use her pace. And also, if you go wide with the wingers and plan to cross in, you can't have your striker come out, try to play short passes outside of the box. You gotta have the striker inside the box to get those goals. So that was first half. Now second half starts off with a great opportunity for New Zealand and Sarah Gregorius. She managed to she mistimed that cross in, and she doesn't get much on it. But in the end, it's a pretty good save from the keeper. But if she would just get a little better hit on the ball, she would have scored on that one. She was just free in the box, and that's unfortunate for New Zealand. Then a couple of minutes later, Miedema from a close range for Netherlands, but the keeper made a good save. The angle wasn't the greatest for Miedema, but still great save. The keeper was well placed, so it was a piece of cake to save that one. Then a minute later, New Zealand makes a substitution. Annalie Longo in, and Betsy has it out. And then a couple minutes later, Muriel Van Dongen in for Kika Van Ness. And I think the injury that Kika Van Ness had made her not be able to complete the game here. I don't think she was 100%, so it's better to take her off and get some fresh legs on. Then a couple minutes later, Paige Satchel in for Sarah Gregorius, and then also Hannah Wilkinson in for Rosie White. So they had actually a double substitution there. And then a minute later, Netherlands make a substitution. Jill Roord in for Jackie Groenen, and we're gonna get back to Jill Roord a little bit later. And as I talked about first half, I don't think Chinese Van de Sanden had a particularly good game. So they subbed her out for Lineth Bierenstein. And these two substitutions, Jill Roord and Lineth Bernstein, are involved in the winning goal for Netherlands. So Lineth Bernstein wins a header, and then on that header, Jill Roord from very close distance just headed in. Goes past the New Zealand goalkeeper, and yeah, that's the winning goal for New Zealand. Now the stats are 31 to 69% possession for Netherlands, attempts 6 to 17, on target 3 each, blocked shots 1-6, no cards in this game, and the saves again, well actually, yeah, 3-3 saves there, and well, there's one goal for Netherlands, so they had 4 on target. Corners were 1 to 8 and offsides 1 piece. So it's a great result for New Zealand. Sorry, no, for Netherlands, and it's gonna be a huge disappointment to allow a goal just before full time. And this makes this group very interesting. New Zealand are in a tight spot here. They need a win, and this team is pretty tough. It's a lot of good teams, both England and not England. Who else is in this group? Right. So Canada and Cameroon, of course. So now New Zealand, they have to win the next game against excuse me, against Canada, which is going to be very tough. So Netherlands, they have a game against Cameroon, so they have all the chances in the world to win that game. Now the next game for the day was between Chile and Sweden. So there were 3 debutants for Sweden in this game, and of course this is Chile's first game of the tournament. And the game started off as we would expect it. Sweden starts off very good. First chance comes just after 3 minutes, but it goes off wide. It goes off one of their defenders, and then yeah, just a couple of corners for Sweden. They have a slight, height advantage, so you would assume that they would do better on the corners, but they're not able to capitalize on any of these. Partly because their deliveries are not that great, and then height is not everything when it comes to being good in the air. Timing and strength is also part of it, and I think Chile, they did a great job defending on the corners. And I had a note here after 20 minutes. I thought Caroline Seger was dominant. She owned that midfield. She controlled it, and it was a great performance from Seger in the first half at least. Then in the 26th minute, best chance of the game so far, but the header from Nila Fischer, well, she just redirected a header, but it was a reaction save by Endler, just on the goal line. It was a great save to keep the score even here. Then Stina Blackstenius, who I talked about before the tournament, that I was hoping that she could maybe take the next step and become, world-class striker. She misses from near. Endler comes out really good, but I think that maybe with some more patience, I think maybe she could have scored on that one. And then a couple minutes later, Maria Urrutia with Chile's first attempt, but her shot goes wide. And then last minute, Blackstenius has another header, free header actually, but she headed it over. I think she should have been able to put that on goal at least, and make Endler work for it a little bit more. Now the stats here is 35 to 65% possession for Sweden, and the attempts are 3 to 10. So it's the first half heavy dominance by Sweden. And the commentator for this game, she talked a lot about how frustrating it was for Sweden, and that they should score soon. And it's a tough game and so on. But I don't agree with her. I didn't agree with her. I thought that the more possession you have, the more the opponents have to run, chase the ball, and they're gonna get tired. And end of the game, that's when the mistakes gonna come. So it's just patience and keep going. Sooner or later, they're gonna get a chance, and then have to capitalize on that chance, of course. But I don't feel any danger for Sweden at all, actually. Second half here, Yesenia Lopez. There's no substitutions there in the second half until in the 59th minute when Yesenia Lopez comes on instead of Maria Urrutia. And was it due to injury? First I thought that maybe she got a cramp, but then on replay I saw she landed a bit awkwardly, so I hope that's nothing serious. Then Sweden makes a substitution. Anna Abigard comes in instead for Stina Blackstenius. And also Lina Hurtig comes on instead of Fridolina Rolfo. And I think Rolfo had a great game first half, then maybe second half she kind of disappeared a little bit. And then 2 minutes later, Magdalena Eriksson gets booked. And at this stage, the rain starts falling. It was a little bit weird. It went from sunshine to heavy rain like instantly. It got really dark, and then it started pouring down. So they actually had to make a break. There's around a 30-minute break there because there was some lightning as well. And then forget all thing I said about chasing the ball, and Chilean players maybe be tired and make mistakes late in the game because they got a 30-minute break, and then they could rest. So I don't think that was a factor anymore. Last 15 minutes. And also the rain makes it a bit harder to first of all to run, but also to passing the ball, because the field is heavy. There's a lot of water on it, and it makes the ball stop, or sometimes makes the ball goes faster. So it makes the game a little bit more risky for both teams. And then in the 74th minute, Endler with another good save from Sofia Jakobsson. That was her best effort in this game. It was a great shot, great save. Then Carla Guerrero gets booked in the 78th minute, and then in the 81st minute, Madeline Janogy comes on instead for Elin Rubensson. And then just 2 minutes later, Kosovar Aslani scores the first goal from Anvegard. It was a little bit of a pinball situation in the box, and then Kosovar Aslani is in the right place. It's a great finish, no chance for Endler. And then just a minute later, Chile make a change. Rokio Soto in for Yanara Aido. But to no avail. Stoppage time, Madeline Janogy scores from a nice individual effort. It was a great goal, a great finish to make it 2-0. And then it's the last minute of the game there, Yesenia Lopez gets booked. So overall, good effort from Sweden, and a relief winning that game. Now there's no pressure. I think they're gonna beat Thailand if you look at what happened in the second game in this group. The stats are 36% to 64%, and attempts 6 to 25, on target 1 to 7, block shots 0 to 7, cards 2 for Chile, 1 for Sweden, saves are 5 for Chile and 1 for Sweden, corners 11 corners for Sweden, none for Thailand, and then offsides 1 to 3. So overall, as I said, good game for Sweden. Now, the last game is the second game in this group, and this will also finish off the first round of this World Cup, and it's United States against Thailand. And it was a slaughter. Now, Sauron is out with a minor injury for the United States, and one news that came out before the game is that the usual starter, Boon Singh, for Thailand is not starting the game. Is the backup keeper, and I think that would affect the result, because I don't think the goalie had a pretty good game for Thailand. So US starts in a furious tempo, and after 6 minutes they get a disallowed goal for offside correctly, and they have actually three shots on goal in the first 5 minutes, United States. So so it was an onslaught from the get-go. Then in 12th minute, Alex Morgan gets the first goal of the inning, not the last, from Kelly O'Hara. Then in 20th minute, Rose Lavelle from Alex Morgan. Then Lindsey Horan scores third goal in the 32nd minute. And then in the 35th minute, Kouampet comes on instead of Villahorn Butuan. But it doesn't affect the game in any shape or form. So in the first half, I get 73% possession for the United States and attempts 15-1 in the first half. So as you can see, it was a slaughter. It was a one-sided game. Now in the second half, you would hope that maybe Thailand could, do what other teams have done, like Chile, Jamaica, when they played against teams that are, obviously better. Tighten it up a little bit. Don't make it so easy for the US to get into the box, take shots. But nope. In the 15th minute, Samantha Mewis scores from Rapinoe, then Alex Morgan from Tobin Heath, and then Samantha Mewis from Rose Lavelle, and then the opposite, Rose Lavelle from Samantha Mewis. And as you can see there, that's 4 goals in 6 minutes. It's an onslaught, and at that point I felt sorry for Thailand. But then, in the 57th minute, Carly Lloyd comes on instead of Rose Lavelle, and Kristen Press comes on instead of Tobin Heath. I would think maybe they would maybe take out Megan Rapinoe and maybe Alex Morgan. They in ice hockey they have you scored a lot of goals and you get a power play. They usually don't put on their best players. They put on the other players. So to not to humiliate the opponents. But not here. Then in the 65th minute, Tanikarn Dangda comes on instead of Ratkan Tungsambo. And then in the 69th minute, Mallory Pugh comes on instead of Julie Ertz. Then Tanikarn Dangda gets booked in the 72nd minute, and then in the 74th minute, Alex Morgan completes her hat-trick. That would not be her last goal though. In the 79th minute, Megan Rapinoe. And then in the 81st minute, Alex Morgan from Rapinoe makes it double digit. And then in the 85th minute, Mallory Pugh scores. And then Alex Morgan, her 5th goal. And that's tied actually in the World Cup history for most goals in one game. And then in the 90th minute, Carly Lloyd scores. And she's actually the oldest player to score a goal in the World Cup. So overall, great result for the US. I'm not sure how good the US actually are, or if this was an extremely weak Thai team. I think that the fact that Thailand didn't have the first goalie, I think that contributed to the result, because I think the second goal was definitely something that's a goal she would like to have back. And then also I think Alex Morgan's second goal of the game, and there were a couple more goals. I think Samantha Mewis 4-0 goal definitely could have been saved from the goalie, and there was a few more that you would want the goalie to maybe do a little bit better. The possessions here are 75% to 25%, attempts 39 to 2, and on target 21 to 2. So even though she conceded 13 goals, it's 21. So 8 saves from the keeper. So she had a sweaty afternoon or evening. Then blocked shots was 9 shots there blocked, and then cards one for Thailand, none for the US. Saves 2 to 8, and the corners 10 corners for the US, none for Thailand, and offsides 3-0. So we'll see there. First test for the US will be against Sweden. Now Chile will also be a little bit tougher opponent. They're much better organized defensively, and I think they have more skills. They showed against Sweden that there are some skills there. We'll see what they can do against the US, because US, I think, so far has been on a league of their own. But you gotta play the games, and yeah, it's a total new game in the second round here. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next.